refused to babysit my nephew every weekend after my brother called me his free nanny at a family dinner. So for about 2 years, I was the person my brother Marcus and his wife Danny called whenever they needed someone to watch their son Eli. And at first I didn't mind. Eli was 4 when it started. Cute kid, easy to manage. I'd take him for the afternoon, bring him back by 6 or 7 p.m., and that was that. But then it became every weekend. Saturday drop off at 10 a.m., Sunday drop off at noon. No end time confirmed, no heads up, just Danny texting me the night before saying they had plans. And whenever I asked what the plans were, I got vague stuff. Errands, brunch, a thing with friends. At one point, Marcus said they were going to a concert, and I was like, okay, that's fine. But you couldn't have mentioned that 2 weeks ago when you bought the tickets? I said something about it once, pretty gently I thought. I told Marcus I needed more notice. He got this look on his face like I'd asked him to solve a math problem. And then he said, you don't have kids, you have the time. That stuck with me, but I let it go because I genuinely love Eli and I didn't want to make it weird. Then it got worse. They started dropping him off Friday nights too. Marcus would knock on my door at like 7 p.m. with Eli's backpack already packed, pajamas inside, and just kind of hand him over. I'd never agreed to sleepovers. It just became the reality. I worked Saturdays at the time. I was leaving my apartment at 8 a.m. with a 5-year-old who didn't sleep because he wanted to stay up watching cartoons. I started saying I had plans. Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. Either way, Marcus would push back. He'd say, can't you just move it? Or it's only a few hours. Or Eli loves spending time with you, like that was supposed to make me drop everything. And the thing is, I never got a thank you. Not once. Not a gift card, not a coffee, not even a text that said, hey, we really appreciate it. Just a knock at my door or a text the night before. My mom's birthday dinner is when it happened. Big family thing, my parents, me and my husband, Marcus and Danny, my aunt and her family. We're all at the table and Danny's talking about their anniversary trip coming up. 2 weeks in Portugal. I hadn't heard anything about this and I'm sitting there doing the math because 2 weeks is not an afternoon. Then Marcus laughed and said, yeah, we're all set. We've got our free nanny right here. He gestured at me. Didn't look away from his food when he said it. Just said it like it was obvious, like it had always been true. The table went a little quiet. My aunt looked at me. My husband put his fork down. I said, what did you just call me? Marcus looked up. He was smiling like I'd misheard a joke. You know what I mean? You watch Eli. I've been watching Eli every weekend for 2 years, I said. And now I'm finding out about a 2-week trip at your mom's birthday dinner? Danny jumped in. She said they were going to talk to me about it properly. They just hadn't gotten around to it yet, and it was only 2 weeks. And Eli would be in school for most of it anyway. I said, I'm not doing it. Marcus laughed again, shorter this time. What? I'm not watching him for 2 weeks. And I'm not watching him every weekend anymore. My mom said my name in that voice she has. Marcus's face went flat. Danny looked at him like he was supposed to fix it. He said, you don't have kids. You don't have anything going on. What is the actual problem? I said, the actual problem is that you just called me your free nanny at your mom's birthday dinner and didn't even flinch. Nobody said anything for a second. Then he said I was being dramatic, that it was just a word, that I was making this into a whole thing over nothing. I said, great, so you won't have any trouble finding someone else. I didn't leave the dinner or anything like that. We sat there and ate and it was just quiet and uncomfortable for a while. My aunt asked my husband about work. My mom talked to Danny about something. Marcus didn't say anything else to me the rest of the night. He texted me the next day. Long message about how I blindsided him and how Eli was going to be confused and how I clearly didn't understand how hard it is to be a parent. He said he thought I liked spending time with Eli. I texted back that I did like spending time with Eli, which is why being called a free nanny felt so bad. He didn't respond to that. Danny called me 2 days later. She was calmer than I expected. She said she understood where I was coming from and she admitted they'd been leaning on me too much. She asked if we could figure something out, maybe once or twice a month, scheduled in advance. I said I was open to that. We haven't actually scheduled anything yet. The Portugal trip is in 6 weeks.